The question that I needed to answer was if science and spiritual can coexist. So I looked around for the answer. Luckily, I didn't have to look too far. I found another man of science, a billionaire genius by the name of Steve Jobs. Yes, the visionary founder of Apple computers and iPhones, who worked with science and tech all of his life. He was a bold, driven CEO by day and a deeply spiritual seeker by night. What most people don't know is that Steve Jobs credited much of his creative vision and personal philosophy to a single book, Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramhans Yoganand. He read it as a teenager, and it stayed with him for the rest of his life. In fact, it was the only book he ever downloaded to his iPad, and he made it a ritual to reread it once every year. And in a final act that speaks volumes, Steve Jobs arranged for every attendee at his memorial service to receive a gift, a simple brown box. Inside was a copy of this book. It was his last message, his final offering. Among those who received the book were some of the most influential figures such as Larry Page, the co-founder of Google, and Bob Iger, former CEO of Disney. I was very happy to learn this because Autobiography of a Yogi is not just a memoir. It's a revelation. It opens a window into a world where psi abilities are not myth but reality. This book recounts real-life stories of Indian mystics who displayed extraordinary abilities, some of which sound straight out of science fiction. There are detailed accounts of incredible levels of telepathy, precognition, levitation, bilocation, instant healing, clairvoyance, instant manifestation, material transmutation, and more. This book was basically the telepathy tapes of 1940s when it came out. To Steve Jobs, this wasn't superstition. This was frontier knowledge, a glimpse into the vast potential of human consciousness. It was clear from his achievements that his spiritual pursuits did not weaken his intellect, they enhanced it. His exploration of the mystical did not distract from his mission, it deepened it. The most important quote from Steve Jobs that I came across was, "Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become." That quote felt like direct guidance to me. That's when I stopped trying to choose between science and spiritual and instead chose to combine them just like Steve Jobs. The story of Steve Jobs really resonated with me because I was also a CEO of a tech company at the time, and it provided the exact answers I was looking for. My wife and I devoted ourselves to deepening both our scientific knowledge and our spiritual practices. Fast forward a few years and the same me, who was once homeless and struggling just to survive, retired at age 40 to live the life of our dreams with my wife Soni. By integrating science and spirit, we did not just achieve our dreams, we also developed several psi abilities of our own. One of them is the ability to access the collective consciousness of Source. Just like most of you, we were not born with these abilities. They resulted from profound spiritual practices and personal transformation. If you're curious about how that unfolded, we've shared the full story on our website and YouTube channel.